Yay Networks.
Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I am Kellie Raspberry Evans, fighting a cold. My husband's already aggravated with me. And speaking of my aggravated husband and podcast co-host, here's Alan Evans.
A train in the house, not aggravated. I didn't say I was aggravated.
You looked at me before I cleared my throat.
I'm being misrepresented right off the bat.
Everybody in the live studio audience will back me up. I cleared my throat once, and he slowly looked at me and said,
"Are you going to do that the entire podcast?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's what he said.
I don't think it would make for a listenable experience for our very best customers.
I've been fighting a cold. I really don't get sick that often. I really don't.
It's not
like I get sick a lot, but I am battling a cold. But what is my number one rule, boys and girls, when I start to get a cold? I start
talk about it as much as you can.
No, I start taking Advil Cold and Sinus.
Advil Cold and Sinus.
And it really does make a huge difference.
Like the Dirty Martini, you had no idea what that was until we met.
You're going to tell me now that you introduced me to Advil Cold and Sinus?
I just wanted to see you make that face.
Okay. Everything that is good in my life.
The Dirty Martini is for sure.
After I met Alan.
The Dirty Martini is absolutely. I cannot believe you couldn't remember that. You don't remember that.
I do remember that I gradually, because I went through a phase where I would order vodka sodas. That's what I drank all the time.
When we met, that's all you would drink.
Vodka sodas. And then I was like, I'm not even getting a buzz off these.
These don't have any alcohol in them.
I don't think they have any vodka.
Pour me a double.
I think they have more soda than vodka.
Make it a triple.
So then Alan suggested, why don't you just start drinking straight vodka on the rocks? So I did that for a while.
Which is what a lot of alcoholics do, by the way.
Why?
Because that'll get you drunk the fastest.
But you just don't. I wanted to make sure I was getting vodka.
Yeah.
And then the ice cubes melt, and then you have like
you're making my point.
Water.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
And then I guess I'll give Alan credit for getting me to drink dirty martinis. I guess slightly
dirty.
Even though the first person that ever bought me one was a lovely gentleman that took me to get my very, very first martini when I moved to Dallas 28 years ago. He took me to Torelli's and wanted me to have my first martini. And I told this story. And he said, "What do you like?" I said, "I like olives." So he got me I had a bowl of olives. So I'd eat like an olive and drink the juice. It was so strong and awful. And then he bought the glass for me, which I ultimately broke by accident. I was heartbroken.
Speaking of drinking, babe, and maybe this is a good segue into what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about drinking all night, but we're going to keep talking about it because we had the wildest episode at a chain restaurant where we pre-gamed before Duran Duran. And the communication with said server, and it wasn't a Boda match at all. It was just it was just mass confusion.
It could have been a Boda match.
It could have been a Boda match
had she not been absolutely delightful.
I mean, she was whistling the Sound of Music out of her rear end.
I've never seen such a happy-go-lucky waitress before.
After screwing up 28 times.
Happy-go-lucky. She's like, the end result is you're going to get fed, right? I guess. She just could not, nothing got under her skin. No. Nothing ruffled her feathers.
No, not even me peeking over my cheaters over the end of my nose, kind of looking at her and then looking at my drink and then looking at her. Very confused.
I wish I was more like that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah. So maybe
things get to me too easily.
Maybe we'll talk about that. We since we podcasted last time, we went to Duran.
And Alan is a convert.
I'm a bigger fan than I was before Duran Duran.
You have been singing Duran Duran nonstop. You've downloaded their music.
I have.
Alan is a convert.
Part of the reason is I was 4 rows. I was basically looking up at Simon Le Bon's crotch all night.
It wasn't like that.
I mean, hey.
He was right. We were very blessed. A friend of mine named Lee Leipzner. Lee Leipzner is a record label rep.
Dime.
And he called me the day before. Well, why is that a dime? That's what his job is.
It's a dime that you know him.
Oh, my goodness. I work in radio.
Dime!
That's not a dime. You have a podcast. You don't dime yourself?
No.
All right. Anyway, so he called me the day before And you know what, y'all? I've seen Duran Duran a lot. I really have. I've seen a lot of concerts a lot. It's the nature of, being in my job, right? And he said, "Do you want to go see Duran Duran? I can get you the band's seats." I was like, "Oh man, it's all the way in Fort Worth. It's on a school night." And I was just like, every excuse in the book. I'm like, you know what? Gonna go, because I have no idea. This could have very well been their last hurrah. They're in their 60s.
And I tell you what, looking pretty decent. They don't look all, beaten up. They look okay.
They
look okay.
I told Alan, I'm looking around the audience. I'm like,
who are all these audience?
I said, who are all these old women in the audience with me? And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah. The audience.
I'm right there with them. I'm the same age as these women. I'm like, what the hell happened to us?
Babe. Taped up, lifted up, hobbling around.
Alan kept saying that all night.
Good night.
I was like, we all got hit with it. Just like, it was just a slap in the face. We all, back in the 80s, man, we were there. We were all there cheering, crying, carrying on.
What happened?
And the same girls, right? I was right there hanging with them. Me and all the old broads, we were there.
Yeah, but you're not all taped up, lifted up, and hobbling around.
I'm close, Alan.
Well, I'll tell you what, if I look as good as Simon Le Bon what is he, 65?
He was born in 1958, so he will be 64 this year.
64? I mean, if you're 64 and you can wear white pants and a lime green motorcycle jacket, that's bold.
He looked great. But, I'm a fan of the old Duran Duran. I don't really keep up with their new stuff, but Alan really liked their new stuff.
They had a couple of new songs that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, you downloaded.
And that's unusual for me.
Yeah.
Like if I'm at a band like that, I just want to hear their hits, man. Just give me the old hits. But then I heard this one, I'm like, man, that's pretty good. So I downloaded it. Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it.
It's called All of You.
Yeah.
All of You. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good song.
They sang Hold Back the Rain, and I was like, oh my gosh. Because, that wasn't even a radio hit. They were singing stuff from their first and second albums, and the third, Seven and the Ragged Tiger, and some stuff from Rio. And it was so great. So that was fun. Thank you, Lee Leipzner. And, but before that, like Alan said, he's like, we got to get something to eat. So we're driving an hour to get to Fort Worth. And he said, I'm just going to pull over. Are we going to say the restaurant?
Before we talk about that though, babe, the two most underrated Duran Duran songs, in my opinion.
Oh, in your opinion. Oh.
In my opinion, Planet Earth.
That's not underrated. It was good for them.
That was like their first hit, wasn't it?
This is Planet Earth.
Yeah, and New Moon on Monday.
New Moon on Monday.
Love that.
And a fire dance through the night. Those weren't underrated.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. So anyway, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
Are you going to say the name of the restaurant?
No, let's not say the name. It was on the way to Fort Worth. And it's a very nice restaurant.
And Alan was not going to drink, but I was like, I want a glass of something.
And we had a long time before the concert started.
We had a long time. And I was like, we had a long time. Do I want a glass of wine? Do I want a martini? I went with martini, right? And the thing is I ordered blue cheese olives. And let me tell you.
Your normal order.
My normal order. But she wasn't really familiar with the vodkas and stuff, and that's fine.
Because you wanted Chopin.
I want Chopin's my preferred. I said, but if you don't have it, just give me Grey Goose. It's fine. So the thing about blue cheese olives is they have to hand stuff them. And apparently not a lot of people at this restaurant order them. So they went to all the trouble of hand stuffing olives for me, which I thought was really, really sweet.
So when we ordered our drinks, Kelly wanted her martini, and there was confusion about whether or not they had Chopin. So she was going to check on that.
Right.
I also made the mistake of asking if they had a certain bourbon.
Right.
Because that sent her on a wild goose chase.
Right.
For at least 10 minutes.
She was gone a long time.
At which point I just got up because we were sitting, they sat us like right behind the bar station, which that's like a bit with us. They always seat us in like by the bathroom or the bar station.
It's true. It
sounds like we're complaining, but
it's like nobody wants to sit there.
Yeah.
But that's where it doesn't matter how empty the restaurant is. They will seat us.
Yeah.
I remember one time Alan even told the restaurant, this is a very special occasion.
Yes.
This is my wife's birthday.
Yeah.
They sat us next to the kitchen where this door kept swinging open and shut the whole time.
Right.
it's just like, even when you say it's a special occasion, we still get.
See what I mean? We talked about this last podcast.
Yeah.
Where is it me? Yeah,
It happens a lot.
yeah.
So anyway.
So anyway, she was gone so long. I wasn't being Boda. I just said, babe, I'm just going to go look because
see if they have
I'm
it.
standing by the bar. So I got up, went and looked to see what kind of bourbons they had, and then I came back. And by that time, she had come back, right? And she goes, and then there was confusion there. She's like, "Oh, were you?" And I was like, "Oh, did you find out?" And she said, "Oh, we don't have." I forgot what I even asked for. TX whiskey.
TX, I think.
Yeah, we don't have TX whiskey. And I said, "Okay, I would just like a Woodford Neat and a Diet Coke
On the rocks.
And I made a joke. I said, "I want a Diet Coke on the rocks." She didn't laugh.
That's Alan's joke.
That's my dad joke. I just want a Diet Coke on the rocks and a Woodford Neat.
Yeah. I want a Woodford Neat and a Diet Coke on the rocks.
And you sent her away with the instructions: Chopin, slightly dirty martini, just put in olives because you don't have blue cheese olives, right?
Just hand stuff.
She was going to hand stuff
Well,
for you?
somebody did. I just told all that.
No, I know, but she didn't know they were going to do that when she took the order.
Right.
Right. So she goes away. Gone how long?
A while.
A while. Comes back with drinks, and we saw that they were stuffing your olives because, again, we're sitting
By the bar.
5 feet from the bar. They bring your drink. She brings what?
I was gonna say that the bartender came out to me.
Oh
the
yeah,
one.
yeah. The bartender
he
came out.
He came out and asked about what was it you wanted. I was like, I explained my order
You
again.
explained it again, yeah.
And he said something about he didn't have Chopin. He said, but I got you.
I got you.
I
He
got
did.
you.
He said, "I got you."
I got you.
So-
You always know what that means.
So she brings me a tall glass of Woodford and Diet Coke.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
And she brought you your drink, and it looked
It's
fine.
fine.
And I kind of laughed. I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Woodford Neat and a Diet Coke, like two
Right.
different drinks."
Right.
And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. So she goes back.
But she's not the least bit. She's like, okay,
Oh, she was so nice. She was so nice about it.
that's fine.
Yeah. So she came back 10 minutes later.
It was a while.
And then this time it was a Woodford on the rocks.
And then a short glass
And
of
then
Diet
a
Coke
little tiny short glass of Diet Coke.
on the rocks.
On the rocks, on ice. And I said, and I started laughing. I just started laughing. I'm like, I really did, because it was kind of funny to me. And I hope she didn't think I was being a smartass.
No,
but
and
I really was.
No.
I thought it was funny.
I said,
and then Kelly got in
I
on
said,
this.
Woodford Neat, and I wasn't being mean. I said, no, Woodford Neat just means no ice.
Right.
But then at that point you said, never mind, I'll drink it anyway.
Yeah, I said, I'll just drink it. It's fine. Really,
because
it's
she was
fine.
so, okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to hurt her feelings because
You couldn't have.
I couldn't have.
No.
No, I couldn't have.
No.
I how could I have done? I could have told her to go pound sand.
No, okay.
And she'd have said, "Okay, I'll pound sand." I could have said, "Go piss up a rope." She'd have, "Okay, I'll piss up this rope. Yeah, I'll piss on it all day." Yeah,
Which I love people like that,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. So I
really
just drank
do.
it. It was no big deal. And since we had some time, I just kind of let that wear off. But you had your second, I think, didn't you?
No, I only had one.
You only had one?
Honey, because I wasn't going to have them sit there and stuff more blue cheese off.
I thought you had two.
No.
Usually you always have two.
I know.
Well.
I didn't on this occasion. It was just too much effort.
So why don't we do a little bit of that, and then we'll tell everybody what happened when we ball hammered over to Fort Worth, and we already talked about a little bit of Duran Duran, but there's still more to talk about.
There is?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
All right. You know what? Is there anything worse than going to a mattress store, laying down on mattresses? Hundreds of people have tried out before you got there. And there's this overeager salesperson hovering over you, constantly asking you probing questions. There's definitely nothing worse than that. And that's why we ordered our Helix mattress online. And we could not believe a king-size mattress fit in that box, but it did. Unboxing it and watching it just literally come to life in front of our eyes was half the fun. The other half is actually sleeping on your Helix mattress and getting the best sleep of your life. Now, before Helix, I was constantly waking up with lower back pain, that aching back, but not anymore. So if you're nervous about buying a mattress online, you shouldn't be. The Helix Sleep Quiz, it takes into account your individual sleep preferences, and they will match you and your partner with the perfect mattress for you. And they've got 14 unique mattresses, including a collection of luxury models. They've got mattresses for big and tall sleepers, cooling mattresses to keep you comfortable year round. How do you know which one's right for you? You take the quiz. It only takes a couple minutes and you're matched with the right mattress. Plus, you can sleep on it for 100 nights risk-free. And if you don't love it, Helix will happily take it off your hands. Alan and I were matched with the Dusk Luxe.
Luxe.
That's the way Alan likes to say it because he's fancy. It not only has the perfect amount of firmness and softness, it has room for us, Zoe, and Dylan.
Yes.
Our youngest Dylan. He gets so excited when we say, yes, Dylan, you can sleep with us. And he's a thrasher. And I never even know he's in bed with us.
His exact words, "Oh, Daddy, your mattress is so comfortable."
Yeah.
Exact words. That's a quote.
Yeah. So listen, we love Helix for the comfort it gives our family, but we also love that they support military, first responders, teachers, and students by giving them a special discount when you go on their site.
And Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Go to helixsleep.com/sandwich. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Don't forget, helixsleep.com/sandwich.
2 free pillows. You got to like that.
And the best mattress of your life.
Before we get into whatever else we're going to talk about, one of our very best customers in the live studio audience says we should put "I Got You" on merch.
Right. I got you.
We've got "Get It, Babe."
I got you.
Yeah, we should put "I Got You."
Since the last podcast, have you looked into getting merch for our online business? Yeah. Yeah. Can you put that on your list of things to do?
I can.
You want to do that now?
I'll get with our marketing executive, Sin Galvan, and we'll have we'll do some blue sky thinking. And
what is blue sky thinking?
Blue sky thinking is when you get in a room and like a think tank, and you just throw ideas out, and no idea is dumb.
Oh,
Yeah,
have you been in a lot of those meetings?
That's all I did for 20 years.
What's the dumbest idea you heard in one of those dumb idea meetings?
Gosh, where do I start? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Speaking of Sin Galvan, I'm gonna rib Sin just a little bit.
Don't, because she's helping me out.
No, I know she's helping you out.
Don't make her mad.
And this is in good fun. Sin will think this is funny. So Sin does an awesome job helping us out with our social media, and she does a lot of stuff, a lot of content creation, a lot of posting, a lot of graphics design.
Oh, yeah.
So I understand Sin was in a hurry this last week because she's been moving. You know, moving is extremely time consuming.
I thought she was going to move closer to us, and she moved further away.
She moved further away. She moved to San Antone. So she was in the Bat City, and she moved down to San Antone. So anyway, Sin was really busy moving. So I don't know. She might not have devoted as much time as she usually does to a post that was promoting episode 447. Because in this post, and you can go see it on A Sandwich and Some Lovin' Facebook and at A Sandwich and Some Lovin' on Instagram.
I'm surprised you didn't ask her to take it down.
Well, there's a picture of me
It's bad.
kissing Kellie on the nose, and I know where she got it. She got it from a photo shoot that Kellie and I did one time years ago. But the way the picture's cropped, here are all the things that people said my head looks like.
Oh, these are their comments, not yours.
Yes. So my head in Sin's post to promote episode 447, I was told my head looks like a globe, Charlie Brown, Count Dracula.
Oh.
You know how Count Dracula slicks his hair straight back?
Yeah.
The moon, the Sopranos reboot, so a Soprano stunt double, I guess.
I guess.
A Colombian drug dealer.
Wow.
How come every time anybody brings up Colombia, it's got to be about drugs? Is that offensive to Colombians?
Probably.
Yeah. A Guido.
I don't know.
What's a Guido?
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds offensive.
It probably is.
An imposter kissing Kellie.
An imposter.
Yes. A photoshopped haircut.
Well.
And helmet hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Some said it like your entire head was a yarmulke. Yarmulke?
Yarmulke. Yeah.
Yarmulke.
Yeah. That's what it
Your
looked like.
entire head was a yarmulke.
I know. So, Sin, thank you for that. It's fine.
So bad.
Well, hey, in this business, you got to laugh at yourself, you know?
Yeah, there's some that I leave up there and I'm like, why don't I just delete that picture? It is so unflattering, and yet I leave it because I'm just too lazy to hit that little delete button.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway.
So anyway,
Duran Duran.
After we had that kind of wheels off drink episode, we ball hammer over to the Dickies Arena.
Yeah.
We park about 9 million miles away in RV parking.
Because we're late.
Because we were late. And we get there and we get in and they were just finishing up this guy. And I had never heard of this dude.
I can't believe you've never heard of Nile
I'm just
Rodgers.
not that into that music, you know?
Oh,
and
my
then Kelly
gosh.
told me about this guy. And I was like, I couldn't believe the amount of songs that he is influenced,
Right.
or
He's either
produced
produced
or written.
them or written. Yes. It was just.
Give us some.
Well, he was with Chic. So they were doing, Aw, Freak Out, that whole band. And Alan was like, I'm not familiar. Yes, you are. You don't even know until you hear them singing. Oh, yeah, I know that. I know
knew
that.
every one.
But I can't remember what all
Yeah.
they were singing. They were, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank
And you said this
now.
dude was like the fifth member
I said he's
of
like
Duran
another.
Duran?
He's like the other member. Well, there were 5, so he's like the other.
the sixth?
He's like the honorary member.
And
of
why is that?
Duran
Because
Duran.
he helped them.
Because he just worked with them so much on some of their bigger hits.
He was
Nile
great.
Rodgers, yeah,
He was great.
I'm kind of surprised he didn't come out with Duran Duran. I think maybe he has at some point. But he was saying that during a part of his show that he was diagnosed for a second time with cancer, but he beat it.
Yeah.
But he looked, he was thin.
I thought he
but
looked
good.
I thought he looked good.
And yeah, it was, and Alan was really getting into the horn section. He thought, then the bass player.
That bass player was great.
They were all fun.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah.
that was so fun. It was a really fun concert.
It was fun.
It was a lot of fun.
And people were wearing their vintage tees. And I've never been the person that buys a t-shirt because I'm like, there's too much money. I'm not going to do it. Now I'm like, I wish I had a vintage Duran Duran t-shirt.
Yeah. What they open with? I forgot what they opened with.
They opened with Wild Boys, which
Yeah.
I was shocked because that Wild Boys hurts my throat when Simon sings it because it's Wild Boys,
It's
never
really-
lose it.
real high,
Wild
yeah.
Boys. It's way up there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's got to do a whole concert after that. Those were some high notes, but he did it. And I think Simon was under the weather because at one point
He kept spitting in a cup.
He kept spitting in a cup. Honey, can you scratch my left shoulder blade? I can't quite reach
okay.
it. My
Okay.
left shoulder blade.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit to the right. Down. A little to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Oh, God, thank you. Okay, that's enough.
is
You're
that
killing
okay?
me. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to cut your nails or file them or something.
Wow.
Like little claws.
Well, sorry.
But thank you.
Sorry.
But he was spitting in a cup. At one point, he blew his nose. So I don't think Simon was feeling very well, but he did great. He did great.
It was fun.
And he was like, at one point they had like technical difficulties or something, and the whole thing went down. He said, "Now y'all know we're not recorded. It was all live."
That was on the
100%.
encore. It was like the last night. It was Rio, and they were getting ready to launch into that.
Yeah, and something happened to John's bass, and they had to go over and work
and
with it.
he was doing the cut up. He said, "Stop."
Yeah.
he was telling the drummer, "Stop."
It was no faking. It was all live. I was very, very impressed.
I know. Like, you're kind of embarrassed for him, but you're like, I'm sure this has happened to him before.
Oh, were they Oh no,
Yeah.
they don't care. They've been doing this so long.
They've been doing
they
it
don't
so
care.
long, they
They've
don't
had
care.
way worse happen,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so it was a fun show, and I'm glad Alan is a convert now. So
Well, I've always appreciated them, but I don't
you
think...
weren't listening to them in the 80s.
No, because I was listening to more rock stuff, but
and that's what
I've
thing.
mellowed with age.
So I wasn't really listening to the stuff you were listening to in the 80s, like
well, it'd be like
Guns N' Roses
Metallica,
and
Def
who's that other
Leppard.
one? Who's that other one? Motley Crue and all that stuff. I don't really know their music.
Why do you wrinkle
I
up your
couldn't
nose
think
when
of
you
their
say
names.
Motley
I
Crue?
couldn't think of their names.
Come on, the Crew.
Yeah, but anyway.
Now, I tell you what, the guy that hasn't aged well, that'd be Vince Neil.
He's had a lot of health problems.
Has he?
Yeah.
Mick Mars has had a lot of health problems. I didn't know Vince Neil had health
Vince
problems.
Neil has too.
Has he? I thought Vince
Yeah.
Neil just drank and ate a lot.
Didn't
No?
Vince Neil have a lot of health problems?
Mick Mars, their guitarist, has had a lot of health problems.
Who's the guy that was there's one of them that's a diabetic or something really bad.
Well-
Not him. The other hairband guy.
The lead singer from Poison.
Poison.
Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of health problems.
I don't
Maybe
think
I'm thinking.
Neil- I
Maybe
don't
I'm
think-
convincing Vince with him.
I don't think Vince Neil's had a lot of health problems. He's drank a lot.
See, it's bad for your health.
Done a lot of drugs.
Bad for your
They've
health.
all done a lot of drugs. But they put Mick Mars on a cart. They wheel him out. He's got his guitar in a stand. He plays, and then they wheel him
Didn't
back.
he have some sort of thing that was like atrophying his muscles or something?
He's got serious problems.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right. So Alan has decided that he's going to start intermittent fasting. He
Yes.
found a program he really likes. And I don't know if I talked about when I went to the hormone specialist, she recommended intermittent fasting. She said, you don't have to do it every day. She said, even if you do it like just 3 or 4 days a week, you can still see the benefits of it. But you have to choose the window of time that you're going to eat. And you're choosing an 8-hour window. Some people do 6 hours. Some people do less. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Troy Aikman does a 5-hour window. I might be wrong on
My
that.
man does this too, huh?
I might be wrong on that. But you're choosing 8 hours to start off with, which I think is good. And then if you get used to that, then you can.
I did it today.
Mm-hmm.
I started at 11, 11 to 7. So
Yeah.
I'll fast until 11 tomorrow.
And I told Alan, like my hormone doctor told me, when you are fasting, it's water, black coffee, or unsweetened tea. But the person you're following said what?
Said water, coffee, tea, and you can add sweetener as long as it's 0 calorie. As long as it's 0 calorie, you're okay. Soft drinks, 0 calorie, that's okay.
Really?
Yep.
Because that's not what the other plans. But I guess it depends on how strict you want to be,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're also, when you're doing the hours of eating, you can't just go hog wild.
Right. This is hard enough as it is. I'm going to add a
Right.
teaspoon of my 0 calorie sweetener to my coffee.
Right. So she was telling me like it's really important for that first meal to be something that has a balance of protein and healthy fats and things like that.
Well, I did that this morning because I had I had sausage and eggs
Yeah.
at 11
Yeah.
because I was starving. Well, I wasn't starving.
yeah.
I was hungry.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
were ready to eat,
I was
but you'll
ready
get
to eat,
used
yeah.
to it. Anyway, so that's what the plan is at
Well,
Evans Manor.
Here's the reason. I'm not just doing it to do it. I'm doing it because the thing I'm doing is a 12-week program. So it's intermittent fasting. It's a list of foods I can and can't eat. And then it's exercise. There's an exercise program that goes with it, but it's 12 weeks.
Are you going to post that for our listeners that want
I
to do it with
can.
you? You should.
It's a fit after 50 thing. So it's for old farts. So I'm doing it. And 12 weeks will get us to around Thanksgiving, which is when we're going to Mexico.
yeah,
Now
allegedly.
Then I'm going to have to go shirtless.
Expensive.
So, yeah.
It's really expensive.
I don't want to gross anybody out.
Well, just in time for Alan to make this decision, Dairy Queen
Oh,
comes out with their fall blizzard menu.
Let me guess. Whoa. I don't even have to. Let me guess. It's got pumpkin in it.
Well, there is a pumpkin pie blizzard.
Out.
Pumpkin pie. There's also Oreo hot cocoa blizzard
That sounds pretty good.
and the very cherry chip blizzard.
What's that?
Those are, I guess it's cherry and chocolate chip, like a chocolate covered cherry maybe. And those are making a return. So those are 3 that are coming back. And then the new items include cinnamon roll centers blizzard. Because what's the best part of the cinnamon roll? The dead center.
Yes.
And then they have the Reese's Take 5 blizzard. Isn't there a Take 5 candy bar?
I don't
think
know,
that's what that is, where they mix. Because I remember the one time they had the sign up there that said it was Reese's and like Hershey's Cup or something. And I ordered it and they said, we don't have that anymore. I'm like, well, then take your sign down. Get me all excited for nothing. I didn't say that, but I thought it. And then the other one, the new one is a Snickers brownie blizzard.
Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
So I don't know. Are you going to try to maybe during one of your 8-hour windows, you could treat yourself once a week, maybe?
Well, I don't want to whip everybody with all the details of this thing, but basically there's 5 low carb days, a medium carb day, and then a high carb day. So I could do it on my high carb day. I could have an ice cream cone or a small blizzard on my high carb day.
Okay. And how are you doing on your workout?
Well, fine. I did it today.
What is it consisting of?
Well, there's a bunch of different exercises. A lot of them are the ones that I used to do at BMF. I mean, it's a
Like
lot.
HIIT training?
Yeah, it's circuits. So you're doing a group of 7 exercises like 4 or 5 times. So it took me about 45 45 minutes.
They said this new study says consistency may be more important for workouts than duration of exercise.
I'm with that, yeah.
A study finds consistency is more important, even if it's done for a short period of time. Shorter periods may actually reap more health benefits than those who do longer, less frequent workouts. Doing a little bit more frequently is better than going to the gym once per week and staying for hours.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense.
So the study said muscles need to rest to improve their strength and their muscle mass, but muscles appear to be stimulated more frequently. Now, I've been walking 4 miles a day, but today for the first time, I added weights. I started walking with 3-pound dumbbells.
Did you?
And that really did.
So harder?
It was harder. My arms got really tired. 3 pounds doesn't sound like a lot until you're pumping.
Well,
like,
3
oh
pounds in arms, you're carrying around an extra
six.
6.
Extra 6.
Yeah.
I said 3-pound weights. So anyway, I'm going to start trying to do a little bit more muscle training because I don't think just walking isn't really, I don't think, doing a lot for me other than cardio health, heart health. I think it's been benefiting me that way. But, finally my ribs are at the state where I can run a little bit and not hurt. Because I couldn't run at all for a while. Because every time I'd pound the pavement, my ribs would just kill me.
Right.
But it's been over 4 weeks now, so I'm pretty good.
Since the episode?
The last of my scabs fell off. Alan was when is that last scab going to fall off? I'm like, I don't know. It finally did.
Well, I don't know that I said it like that.
You do. You say everything to me like that. When is that? You going to do that the whole podcast?
That's
my Alan impression.
That sounds like my 1852 voice.
Well, there you go. There's that. But what we are trying to live longer. I think that's the goal, right?
Well, yeah.
You want to live longer, but you also want to live healthy longer. I don't want, to be helpless.
You want to be 120 and pooping in your pants?
Right. I don't want that. I mean, I hear people say, I can't wait to die and go to heaven. I'm like, well, I can't wait to go to heaven, but I don't mind putting it off a little while. Right. So they said since COVID, though, the average life expectancy for Americans fell at the steepest rate in almost a century. This is the National Center for Health Statistics. In 2019, the average American was expected to live till 79. That's the average. Okay, that was until 2019. Now, after the pandemic, the average American is expected to die around 76. That's sobering, isn't it? I know some people live longer. Not everybody makes it.
So I'm confused. So does that mean that if you were born after the pandemic, now you're expected to live an average of 76 years?
I don't know, Alan. I'm just reading it.
Because for people like us, we were alive in 2019.
Well, I think what happened...
The average American was expected to live till 79. So you're trying to tell me now, after the pandemic, I've lost 3 years?
I think because of the average of the age that people that died during the pandemic, maybe that skewed things a little bit. Or maybe they're saying because the majority of us gained weight, stopped, we were all lying around in our sweatpants, and eating and drinking too much for a couple of years.
I eat too much.
Some people, man, didn't we all think, I'm going to be like a butterfly coming out of the cocoon when I leave COVID? And it was the exact opposite. But some people did. Some people came out like the beautiful butterfly. But anyway, that's just, there's that. And listen, your sister has a birthday. What day is her birthday?
It's the 9th.
The September 9th. Guess what?
What?
That is the most popular day to be born in America.
Is
September
it really?
9th. Quit reading all my stuff. You spoil it.
I can't see it.
According to birth data compiled from the 20 years of American births, mid-September is the most birthday packed time of year, with September 9th being the most popular day to be born, and that's followed closely by September 19th.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
That's just... Isn't that something?
Well, if my sister listened, she'd know that, but she doesn't listen.
Well, we'll tell her that when we see her, because I got her birthday gift today. I got it. I was really happy.
What'd you get?
Well, her favorite store?
Anthropology.
So I went and just in case she is listening.
She's not.
I got her this really pretty platter.
Oh.
Anthropology has home goods as well as clothing.
Yes.
Candles.
They have very nice candles.
Candles. I walked up. They had a purse in there. That the tiniest little purse you've ever seen. It was like $500. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. So anyway, she did not get that purse, but she did get that platter. Anyway, there's that. And I thought this was kind of interesting if we're just doing, I'm doing like random stuff, if y'all haven't noticed.
Is this tidbit news?
It's like things that make you go, huh, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this was on a Reddit post. Do you subscribe to Reddit ever?
I don't.
You should. There's some really interesting topics on that. I'll tell you what, we might dive into this a little bit more in detail after this. You know, you do not have to choose between comfort and style. When you pick Rothy's signature seamless knit designs mean all of their shoes look and feel great right out of the box, no break-in period. And now we're starting to transition finally from summer into fall. We're like, man, we sweated out this summer. We cannot wait to bust out the sweaters. But Rothy's makes it really easy when it comes to your footwear. They've got so many colors that work season after season, so it's really a no-brainer to keep on wearing Rothy's. Now, I started with the best sellers. I'm like, why wouldn't I start with the best sellers? I want to go with the tried and true, the point and the flat. So with the point, I went with the fun print, the red camo, because it gives a nice little pop of color to my typical all black wardrobe. But then with the flat, I did go with classic black, and they go with everything. But not only that, they're so comfortable. I wear them instead of bedroom shoes half the time.
Yeah, you do.
When I wear them out, I don't even take them off when I get home. When they need a quick refresh, toss them in the wash. And I've had my Rothy's for years. They still look good as new. They work perfectly in the summer and in the fall. And I guess you could say they translate as seamlessly as their knit designs, which are also seamless, Alan. Rothy's also has insanely comfortable sneakers, loafers, ankle boots, so much more, and a wide variety for summer and fall. You never have to worry about getting brand new shoes each season. And the best part is everything Rothy's makes is better for the planet. They have so far repurposed millions of water bottles into their signature thread that goes into every single one of their products.
And you can get both style and comfort this summer with Rothy's. Plus, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/sandwich. That's ROTHYS.com/sandwich.
Still summer for a couple more weeks.
I guess
September
technically
20th.
it is. Yeah.
I think September 20th is, I think that's the first day of fall.
Technically it is.
Okay, so Reddit, I don't get in there too often because honestly, it's so many sub-threads and stuff, it's hard for me to keep up. But there was one that was an interesting topic of conversation that had quite a lot of comments. Wife makes husband live with his parents until he gets a job. So fed up with her husband after he quit his job and refused to look for another one, a wife sent him to live with his parents until he found work. In a post to Reddit's Am I the A-hole? That's a section they do.
I love it.
They always ask if there's a situation, like there's a lot of wedding ones on there. Like, am I being the A-hole? Because, you know, the bride often has certain requirements or demands for the wedding, and maybe somebody in the bridal party will stand up to her and like, am I the a-hole? And sometimes the people are saying, yeah, you're the a-hole. But usually if you're asking, it's the other person. Anyway, it's a really interesting thread. You'd like that.
I think I would.
Am I the a-hole?
Because a lot of times I think they're being the a-hole, but in reality, I'm the a-hole.
So you would like that.
Yeah.
But in this post to Reddit's Am I the a-hole? The wife explains they've been married for about a year. She has been paying for everything. And all he does is he quit his job, goes to the bar, and plays video games. And her husband and his parents think she is being an a-hole for making him move back in with his parents.
Goes to the bar and plays video games?
Yep. But Reddit disagrees and has her back, saying he's being the a-hole. They've only been married a year. Now, what happened to you for better or for worse? You know, you leave your parents and cleave to your spouse. But if you, like, isn't he, like, going back, reneging on the contract? Isn't that what you say? Reneging? Mm-hmm. Reneging on the contract? Like, isn't part of the deal? It's like you're supposed to contribute to this household. And the minute we say I do, you quit your job, because that happens quite a bit. Like where guys, I just don't know. I don't have my passion and stuff. And maybe it's true for the woman too. But to make him go back and live with his parents, that's pretty icy.
Yeah.
But how can you make somebody do something? When I do love letters to Kellie,
love letters to Kellie,
which is also a podcast, I'm often asked things like this nature. Like my husband I come home.
Well, drop some knowledge.
Well, this is the thing. I say, I don't know. Sometimes my answer is, I don't know. How do you get somebody to do something when they just flat out don't want to do it? I don't believe in withholding sex as a weapon. I don't think that's necessarily fair. But what do you do when you're like, I'm doing all the work, you're playing video games, and a lot of times it happens where the man does have a job or something. I get letters about that, where the kids are in school or whatever. The man comes home, he immediately gets on the computer to play video games, and she's stuck with the kids, getting them ready for bed and doing all that stuff, getting them ready for the next day. When he zones out, he's like, I worked all day today, and the wife is on her own. So in this situation, what do you do? What was her other option if he just absolutely refused to get a job after a year?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing, is like, I don't know either.
Yeah. That's kind of asshole-ish behavior, but you can maybe understand it.
Maybe understand what?
That he doesn't want to be in the house with her parents?
No, honey.
Oh.
Did you totally... She made him move back in with his parents until he gets a job.
Oh, his parents. Oh.
That's kind of like the whole crux of the story here.
Yeah.
She made him move back in. She's like, you're obviously too immature to be a man and be a husband and help me here. You go back home to mommy and daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Until you get a job.
And he's still playing video games?
Well, apparently.
Well, I got to say, the picker on her, what happened to her picker? She couldn't pick a better dude than that?
He quit his job. He probably had a job till they got married, I guess.
What was he doing?
I don't know, honey. I don't have all the specifics.
We need more information here.
So as long as it was a job he hated, it's okay if he quit it and took a year off?
I don't know. This smells funny.
What does it smell funny?
This doesn't pass the AE sniff test.
You don't think there is a lot of people listening right now that says, I'm in that same boat. I'm living with somebody who refuses to work or refuses to contribute to the household.
No, I'm sure that happens.
But how do you get somebody to do something?
How does that happen after they've been married how long?
A year.
1 year? And then he's like, meh, I quit.
After a year, he hasn't gotten a job. And he just hangs out and plays video games.
I might say sayonara, sucker.
I do understand that people go through periods of depression where they feel paralyzed and can't do anything for a while.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's paralyzed. I don't know. I don't have the answer to this.
How do you get somebody to do something if you had to give her advice?
If I had to give her advice on this, well, she's the one that drew the line in the sand. She said, "You go live with your parents."
Right. So you think that was the right thing to do?
What advice do I need to give her? She's the one that took the action.
If you could give her.
She's the one that took the action. Now she's in this situation. She's created this situation.
She created it.
Yeah.
Not him.
Well, he quit his job, but that didn't mean she had to send him back to his parents.
After a year? What should she have done?
I don't know. I don't know the answer, but she chose an answer. She didn't have to send him back to his parents.
So she could have just kept living this way?
Yeah, she could have.
To infinity and beyond?
She could no, not to infinity and beyond, but she could have for a little while.
And then done what?
Maybe given him an ultimatum or something. Dude, find a job or
move back in with your parents.
This ain't going to work.
Or move back in with your parents.
So stay married and move back in with your parents?
Until you get a job. That's what she's saying.
If you've got to tell a guy to go move back in with your parents, you've got a big problem. I'll just tell you that.
So she should have.
So I do know that.
So she should have just divorced him instead?
Well, if you've got to tell a grown man, you need to go live with your parents.
Then you didn't marry a grown man.
You got a big problem.
You married a little boy.
Well, there you go.
That's what I'm just saying. It's just an interesting thing. Look how fired up you got.
Well, there's more. We need more information. That's the only part I'm fired up about.
What could make this okay?
I don't know. Like, do they have any kids?
Apparently not. She would have probably brought that up.
Okay.
All right. Let's calm Alan down.
Yeah.
The dictionary of
talking about the Cowboys.
The Dictionary of American Regional English would like to help you clean up your language with some words you can use in place of bullsh. These are alternatives to bullsh.
Wait a minute. Are these all politically correct or something?
No. Bull corn.
I've said that.
Bull feathers.
Never said that.
Bull Durham. Bull Durham.
Yeah.
Donkey dust. Who says donkey dust?
It sounds like something Amy Wilkerson would say.
Donkey dust. I can't imagine saying, that's donkey dust.
Yeah.
Applesauce.
It sounds like something like
a good Christian lady would say.
Yeah.
Oh, applesauce.
Someone in your church group would say.
Fairy diddle? What is fairy diddle?
What are you, 87?
I'm telling you, this is what they're saying.
Okay.
And then fiddle on a broomstick.
again.
Those are weird.
Are you 90?
I don't understand where those. That might be regional.
No, I've said bullsh.
Bullsh.
Like bullsh. That's a bunch of bullsh.
Bullsh is what I say.
Or
It's
a bunch of bunk. I say that.
Bunk,
Yeah. That's a bunch of bunk.
baloney.
Or the one I use the most. That's a bunch of bull honk.
bull honk.
Bull honk.
I haven't heard you say bull honk.
Well, because I usually just say bullshit.
All right, and this may or may not upset Alan. We'll see, because he continues to surprise me.
Yes.
Dodge, you may have already read this article. Dodge is going to stop making their gas-powered Charger and Challengers next year. Did you know that?
I did know that, yeah.
It's marking the end of an era for the brand that helped define the muscle car as the automotive industry transitions toward more fuel-efficient hybrid and electric vehicles. The automotive conglomerate that owns Dodge announced that it's going to transition the vehicles out of its production lineup in 2023 through a unique sale of 7 heritage models, each of which will bear the words "Last Call" on a plaque underneath the hood. The 2023 final year editions will be allocated to dealerships at once, which is a shift from its normal practice of staggering sales throughout the year. You want one?
No. No, I've never been a Dodge guy.
Really? A Dodge Challenger, though?
I've never owned.
That's a classic.
I've never owned a Dodge of any kind.
That's such a classic, though.
It is, but I've either owned, well, Japanese cars, German cars, Chevys, and I've owned one Ford. Yeah, but
All right.
never a Dodge. Never a Dodge.
Do you know anybody that has a Charger? I'm trying to think.
I don't, babe.
Oh well. I thought Alan would be interested in that because he is a car guy, but apparently, again, he continues to surprise me.
Yeah. Well, what do you want me to say about the electric car thing?
It's about the Challenger.
That comes and goes. The electric car thing, it comes and goes.
Well, they're really pushing it now.
And it follows fuel prices.
They're pushing it now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's really all I've got.
No, that's good stuff. I like
Apparently
it.
not.
Was I going to tell the Harley Davidson story about me visiting the dealership, or you said I couldn't tell that on the podcast?
I don't even remember what the story is.
Really? Well, then I better not tell it.
Give me a hint.
Remember, I had to use my pocket knife.
I wouldn't tell that. I don't think you even thought about bringing it up on the podcast.
Really?
I wouldn't.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll think about it and
I
how to
wouldn't.
present it, and
No.
then you'll have to tune in next time.
No.
No?
I wouldn't tell that.
You really? I told the KFC story.
This is different.
How was it different? It was exactly the
I
same,
wouldn't
actually.
I wouldn't
Well, not
tell it.
exactly the same. Yeah, because I actually made it to KFC. Yeah. I'll think about it.
Think about that.
Of all the things I've talked about on this podcast, you don't think I could tell that one?
Well, it's like, why would you want to tell that?
Oh. Well, I've told stories like that before.
But why? Yeah, but why would you want to tell those? You know,
I think people find great joy in my misfortune.
it's like when Alan tells me those stories. I'm like, why are you telling me that?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like it if I told you I did something like that?
Yeah, but you're a sweet lady. You're a sweet, clean lady. You're not a.
I'd like to think of you as clean.
You're not a burping, farting guy like
I'd like
me.
to think of you as clean. At the very least. The very least.
All right, maybe next time.
Oh, Lord. Maybe I don't know. We shouldn't put a sponsor anywhere around that story.
Yeah.
Make sure we time it out where no sponsor is connected to it
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Let me just. Okay, here's all I'm going to say about it. Here is what was involved: a pocket knife, my underwear, a Harley Davidson dealership,
And they're going to know it's you.
riding.
You tell that? Now they're going to know it was you.
Riding a motorcycle commando,
They're going to know it was you now.
and Hanes. I'm just going to give you those 5 clues.
They're going to know it was you because you know they listen.
That's it.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right, babe. Anything else?
Not after that.
Oh, just real quick. I want to end on a positive here. So I took Dylan fishing today. We just went and dropped a line for about an hour, and it was slow. We caught 2. We caught 2 bass. But Dylan actually brought up leaving before I did. Usually I'm like, buddy, you ready to go? And he's like, no, I want to stay. Today, he said, Daddy, he said, it's kind of slow fishing. I'm kind of ready to go. And I said, okay, that's fine. I said, you don't want to try it down there a little bit further? And he goes, no, I'm ready. But here's where I had the dad win. He said, Daddy, even though the fishing isn't too good today, he said, I've had a really good time with you.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, bud, that's awesome.
Saving your feelings.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome because he's come a long way from being like, if you don't catch anything, big fit. Like, we didn't catch anything. How come we're not catching anything?
Yeah.
To, kind of understanding that every time you go fishing, it's not guaranteed you're going to catch anything.
It's almost 10.
Yeah.
It's getting big.
And today he only caught one. And he said, I've had a lot of fun with you today, even though the fishing wasn't great.
That's good.
I thought that was really nice.
I wish I could say I had a lot of fun with my 15-year-old.
Oh, no. That's a story for the next podcast.
No, it makes me too sad to tell it.
Along with the pocket knife story.
Oh, Lord, no.
All right, babe.
All right.
Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
I love them so desperately. I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.